Ooh.
He say
Duck season.
Duck season, man.
All right, man. Cut that shit out, man.
Oh, man.
Summer podcast. Hey, man, this is Mo Elrod.
Are you bringing it back, huh? Yeah.
Hey.
That thing back.
Hey, no, but shit. That's what's up. Whenever y'all want to get it started, man, y'all know I'm ready for class.
Let's get going, man. Look, it's been a long time. What's funny and ironic about what we doing right now is that, Lowe got the goatee, salt, pepper. Pugh out here looking like he young Ice Cube and higher learning. You know what I'm saying? He got the big fro. I see a couple grays sprinkled in there.
Yeah, you got some grays.
Sprinkle me, baby. Sprinkle me, baby.
Yeah.
Just don't diet. You know what I mean? Just be great. It's cool.
G.
Hey, man, I went and looked up the last time there was a summer podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Ended on episode 118. What day? Can somebody give me the date or the year?
2018.
It was 2018, October 19th.
Mm-hmm.
For almost a cool 2 years.
Almost. It took us a minute to get. Years. Yeah. Hey, sometimes it took us a minute to get things right, man.
gotta get things right. Take a step back, assess and come right back, man. So I'm
better excited. Time than right now to get it back popping, baby.
Man,
I agree with that.
I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Man, shit, let's get it. I'm with this, man. Listen, hey, for y'all that don't know, I'm Marlon Lowe.
Hey, man, this is Mo Elrod.
Hey, this is Moneyball Alex Pugh.
Reckless as ever.
Hey.
He is wearing the Rockets red. See red.
Just a shirt.
See red. Hey, Lowe, he probably got the C red on the back. You know what I mean?
Hey, they know he just growing the hair out so that when he can get that mohawk back.
When I do chop it, I will chop it into a mohawk again.
See, I mean, we already know what the motivation is.
Yeah, absolutely.
We know how you get down.
Nah, man. What's the word, man? What's the word?
Let's just talk briefly about just quarantine and it's been almost 2 years. A lot has changed in 2 years. Not even just the world, but just personally.
For sure.
You have a baby girl. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Congratulations again.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
You got a baby girl. I'm out here trying to film a movie.
Yeah.
Lowe trying to change the world with his eating habits. It's been a lot. It's been a lot going on, man. So how have you guys been, man, over the past 2 years? What's different?
2 years for me. I mean, it's been a lot, to say the least. Like you said, I had a daughter, September 6, 2018. So, I mean, she's growing. I mean, the first couple months, it was cool. Mom, a real MVP. But now she almost 2, so she walk around, bossing around for the words that she do know. And obviously, I operate as an educator. Dealing with the pandemic, we haven't been back to school since spring break, and it's been interesting. So
and also too, you were a first year high school coach, right? First year.
You know
what I'm saying? First year high school coach. Like, it's been a lot of changes. You know what I mean? Hey, I went to one game.
We ain't gonna keep it moving.
Gotta go there. I had to go support my guy. You know,
I appreciate you for coming out. I appreciate
out there, brought baby girl out there with me, and I forgot who y'all played that night.
Dang, I don't even. Maybe it was Conroe or
nah.
Waller.
Nah, it wasn't Westfield. I can't remember who it was, man.
Yeah.
But I know that it did not end well for my guy. I stayed I stayed for the entire varsity. No. I might have left in the third quarter of the varsity game, but I stayed for the entire JV game, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was good to see you on the sideline though.
Man, it was. I had a fun year to say the least. You know, learned a lot, humbled.
What?
It just
Humble.
goes to show. No matter what you believe, how big Houston, Texas is, every school does not, just have equal talent. Like, it is a big gap between some schools. And I mean, it could be some schools within 5 miles of each other, If they ain't zoned to you, they ain't zoned to you. It is what it is.
Yeah, man. So it was good to see you, your interactions. The kids they were trying, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the thing. It wasn't like they was just not taking direction. They just couldn't put it together.
Couldn't score. I mean, but I mean, the effort was there. They definitely love basketball. Just,
Hey man, it happens, brother. It is what it is. And like I said,
I witnessed it a couple times. I was chilling though.
Yeah.
Lowe probably was sitting somewhere reading how to grow his. Look, I would not be surprised in these 2 years if Lowe don't have a garden in the backyard. You got a garden, Lowe?
Yeah.
I definitely could see you with the garden.
Yeah. Lowe growing his own vegetables and everything. Like, Lowe, you have. I mean, I've known you for a while, and I would just say, just the growth of you personally outside of basketball is just different. Kind of where like has that taken you over the past couple of years?
Man, I think everything started pretty much for me probably about 6 years ago, man, when I started kind of moving around. But I've been good, man. I ain't, a lot of people try to use that woke stuff. I just try to say, man, I'm just a little bit more aware of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more consciously aware of what's going on. It ain't about
like that.
Or nothing like that. It's about being consciously aware of what's going on and how things operate. That's been me pretty much over the last about 6, almost 7 years. But from as far as the pandemic is concerned, honestly, man, I've been, for people that follow me on Facebook, hey, we get about 30, 40, 50 comments sometimes a day from stuff that I post, man. But we just go in, man. I don't really, I'm respecting people's decision to quarantine. I respect people's decision to wear the mask. I respect it all, man, but I don't.
You not wearing a mask?
Nah, I don't wear one. Nah, I don't. I mean, out of respect, if I'm going to, like, I went and visit like a god uncle of mine, you know what I'm saying? And they were a little older, so I had the mask on out of respect, you know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, I don't wear it, man. I don't wear it. And it's a lot of people out there that say it's reasons why you shouldn't wear it. Doctors and scientists.
That's one thing that we're dealing with. We're dealing with a situation where there's so many unknowns that we almost kind of trying to figure it out on the fly. And you're getting so much information that you really don't know what's right, what's wrong. You can research, you can read, you can listen to certain people.
Yeah.
We really are in
listen to Trump. Do not listen to Trump. That guy is forever lost.
The hydrochloroquine that he was talking about, he told people to swallow, but hey, or he told people to Clorox. He told people to put Clorox. But that hydrochloroquine that he was talking about, man, people over in Africa have been using that since birth, man. They swear by it. So I don't know why they don't want us to use it. I think for me, talking about all this is what we haven't asked anybody, like, who's benefiting from all of this? There's a lot of people that's benefiting from all of this, especially like these, obviously Amazon. Some of these millionaires made over $20-something billion since it went down, So
some people are definitely benefiting
from this. And I don't watch mainstream media, man. I don't watch mainstream TV. When I turn on, it's to see what they lying to me about. See if what I saw on outside sources line up to what they say. Most of the time, it don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting, man, because like I wear a mask. I
Mhm.
wear a mask. I don't wear gloves. I think that's you're kind of cross contaminating with gloves. So I don't do the glove thing. I haven't really been out like that. I ain't been to no restaurant and sat inside and dined in, or I ain't even been to the mall. I've really just been writing, reading. I don't watch TV like that. I watch more like shows. I done caught up on Snowfall. Snowfall, good mug, boy. I didn't even know it was that good. Franklin Saint is my favorite dude in the world. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't really. And truth be told, I know this is the summer and we talk about sports. I honestly I miss basketball, but I don't really miss basketball, dog. Like it's been 3 months I ain't seen a game and I'm not even tripping.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, I guess it'll come on whenever it come on.
Yeah.
I guess The Last Dance probably helped, but
itch a little bit.
Yeah, but I ain't. That's why I like rushing to start the season. I mean, we all know why. You know what I'm saying? It's capitalism, man. Trying to get that money, man. They got to get that bread.
They are definitely losing a lot of money.
A lot of money.
The season is back. Like it ain't even a rush. Like right now we're in phase 1. 4 or 5 phases. We're in phase 1. So the season is definitely coming back. It's here.
What's your thoughts on that? Should they have canceled the season, or do you think it was worth salvaging the season for this year?
I really I'm torn. Yeah, you want a champion for the year, but at the same time, it's so many moving parts. You know what I'm saying? It was guys that were hurt that would have been injured kind of during the postseason that didn't had time to heal up. So part of the playoffs, in my opinion, is dealing with the season, dealing with the rigors and the adversity, and being able to persevere over the long haul. You know what I'm saying? Being able to withstand the 82 game season and then come back and try and win 16. But with the 3-month delay, dang, man, even if LeBron was, you know what I'm saying, kind of feeling it, shoot, he feeling good now. AD, he hurt every year. He feeling good now. So it's I mean, I'm just not speaking on them guys. Everyone got a chance to heal up, but it's not the same. In my opinion, it's not the same.
I agree. I mean, like I said, man, I know they're trying to come back because they're losing a lot of money. So it's definitely financially driven. But, I mean, you're going to be in the bubble for approximately 6 weeks. You're probably in one of, if not the worst states as far as COVID-19 is concerned, because there's been a huge spike in numbers in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing with no fans. It's just going. I mean, I know we're in uncharted waters as far as what will life be like moving forward, just in general. So I'm like, what? That's gonna feel like a summer league game or something. I don't know. It's gonna be weird.
We're gonna have to dissect all of that you just stated. It's so much with the NBA coming back. Like you said, playing without fans. Nobody knows what that feels like. That's not even a practice atmosphere. That is a unknown atmosphere. And I mean, no fans, no family.
No nothing.
No nothing.
For 6 weeks. And then, I mean, I find it strange. So just jumping back a little bit, I find it strange because initially they said we're starting, I think it was July 8th or whatever the date was.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Kyrie and you had then Avery Bradley, Dwight Howard. talk about, you know, not continuing the season, you know what I'm saying, for, you know, Black Lives Matter, for lack of a better, you know, term, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the NBA was like, well, you guys have until the 24th to let us know. It was kind of weird. Like at first it was almost like they were expecting everybody to come back. And then I think you probably have this situation now where guys are torn. I think it's going to be interesting to see who actually, you know, decides to play or come back on the 24th and who does not. And then what does that mean for the collective bargaining agreement, salaries, all of that stuff is going to come into play. I think it's going to be kind of
That's
interesting.
this week. Guys have to let their teams know
24th,
this
right?
week whether they will be participating or whether they are opting not to. And yeah, that does create a entirely new box of worms per se. Because I mean, then you can, if they choose not to, then you can add a substitute player, something once again that's never like they just dropped the outline of the format moving forward here over the last 24 hours, and I started reading through it. I haven't read through all of it, but it's interesting to say the least.
It's like 100-some pages, right?
Man.
Nah, it was about 8 pages.
Okay.
They can't leave the campus. They can't even leave the campus.
Yeah, no. And that's another thing. They're talking about once they get to the bubble, and all the players are gonna get a ring.
The ring. The Corona ring.
And a couple players, like, they've already voiced their concern, like, yeah, I'm not really trying to put that on. Like, clearly that looks like a tracking device.
They're using this as test dummies and guinea pigs during this time.
Yeah.
The ring tells, obviously, they say it's supposed to tell how early, a couple days before, if you get the corona, right? If you get COVID a couple days before. So you telling me, you basically checking your temperature, how it is, whether it's going up and down. But at the same time, it also tells when you go to sleep. It tells when you wake up, and it's telling where you at too. So
absolutely,
they use them. You know, I mean, it's basketball, yeah, but they also use them as test dummies, man. I'm not sure if they're aware of that. I'm pretty sure they wear that, but I think I heard that it's optional if the players want to wear it or not.
As it should be.
No question.
And that's the thing too. That I heard you have the ring, then there's like some social distancing alarms, so some kind of.
The coaches gonna be like dogs. They're gonna put. I heard they're gonna put like dog collars around the coaches, and if you get too close within 6 feet, it ring or something vibrate.
So think about that. You gotta wear all this protective gear to social distance. Even when it first started, I was like, who the hell said it was 6 feet? Like, why ain't it 10 feet? Why ain't it 12 feet?
Right.
Why is it 6 feet? But anyway, you got to adhere to that. But we can, if I'm playing against Lowe, I have to guard them. There will be more that we gonna be within inches of each other while we hooping.
No, we gonna be touching. I'm gonna bang you. You're gonna bang me.
Yeah.
Why are we sweating?
Basketball is a contact sport.
Contact sport. So it's like why y'all rushing? I mean, like I said, we all know why. It's for the dollar. And so, you know, there's been people saying stuff like using their platform. This is the perfect time to use a platform to speak on social injustice. I'm like, I don't personally believe that. I don't think that once that ball is tipped and guys start running up and down and dunking, man, your last thought is going to be about social injustice. It's not going to be as prevalent on your mind because now you hooping and you being entertained.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, they're heroes. It is going to be 100 mics in your face. What you say when you have the floor, it carries weight because obviously, you know what I'm saying, you're idolized to a lot of people. I mean, to some people, like I just said, hero. Whether you're a basketball fan, a business fan, how many people look up to LeBron? And as we've been social distancing during this pandemic, you haven't really heard much. I mean, if they put out something on one of their social media platforms, maybe you caught a glimpse of their thoughts or their feelings in regards to, but I do get it. Post-game interviews, pre-game interviews, apparel that you might choose to walk into the arena in support of. I mean, I don't know. It is a platform, to say the least.
Man, look.
I disagree. Like, it is a platform, but I just don't agree with using that, because ultimately you're doing what they want you to do, which is to play. They don't give a damn what shirt you got on. They don't care what you say on the microphone after the post game, because you're giving them what they want, and that is for you to play. That's all they care about. Because what's ironic to me too is I was talking with my fam over dinner a couple nights ago. If I know I'm bouncing a little bit. So now I'm bouncing a little bit. If I'm Kaepernick, I don't want to play in the NFL. Don't offer me no job. Don't offer me no workout. I don't want to have nothing to do with y'all, because it doesn't make sense that I was saying the same things 4 years ago, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we did treat you wrong. That's just me. I don't want none of that.
Give me the money that I missed out on. Just give me the money that I missed out on.
Yeah. That's all I
ain't
want.
playing no more. Now that y'all understand and will openly accept that, yeah, this is what Kaepernick was standing for, and y'all screwed the hell out of me, just give me the money that I missed out on, man. I don't want to play. I'm like with you, Mo. I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to play anymore because I don't want to have to do this and do that and risk y'all trying to judge me and everything. Just give me the money that y'all missed out on, man.
I ain't never thought about it from that perspective. Yeah, just give me my bread. Because I missed out on 4 years of an income that's multi-million-dollar. I just need that, because if I go and play or work out, I would feel like my pride and ego. I want to be no parts of none of that. Like, just leave me alone. I'm cool.
I went out on my own terms, standing for what I believe in. I mean, I probably, I'm torn on it. I mean, I don't know his situation, but I don't think he needs the money. So,
no question. He don't need the money. I mean, he wants it, but he ain't hurting for it, and I'm cool with him wanting it. But yeah, they screwed him for 4 years, man. Just give him the money now, man. He ain't got to do nothing else. He ain't got to do nothing. You shouldn't even have to play anymore. That should be like a given now, since all of them are saying, well, we finally understand and we get it. That should be a given. Pay the man his money, man. Pay the man his money. Don't give him no statue. Pay him his money.
Yeah. That ain't happening, though. They're not just going to give him money.
I know. I'm just saying.
He already took the lawsuit. Like, they not, here goes the 4 years that you think so?
They might. They might. That would be my request. I would have a press conference on the NFL platform, and I would just say that. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? That all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we want to give him a shot again. And like you said, Lowe, now I'm going to be heavily scrutinized on every snap. Well, does he really deserve a chance? Has he lost a step? He's not as good as he was. His arm, he don't have the velocity anymore.
Okay. So let's talk about this then. What happened with Jay-Z?
He ain't heard from Hove, man. And
we ain't talking about the anthem no more. That's behind us. Remember he said that? He told Charlamagne.
He did say that. He said, we beyond kneeling. He said a couple things that was kind of eyebrow raising. Haven't heard from him yet.
He was keeping his job, or he was establishing his footing in his position.
What impact do you think what impact has he made from what you've perceived?
I can't say he's made an impact.
And that's publicly. So I don't know what he's working on. So I don't
know what he's done.
Yeah, I try not to judge on stuff that I don't know nothing about. Because I haven't. So we saw that interview, and it was like, wow, Hov said that. That's kind of weird. And then that was it. That ran its course for about maybe a week or two, and then it was over with. And I haven't heard anything about Jay-Z in the NFL since that day. And that was maybe like last year, some change. So he may be working on something behind closed doors. I don't know. He may not be.
How long you
only
give him?
time will
How long
tell.
you give him? How long you give him?
What are the expectations in general? Like, what are you expecting from him?
That's a great question. That's
a good question.
I mean, people think it's supposed to be some type of change, and obviously, it might take some time for him to make change, but during this point to this point so far, I mean, hey man.
Yeah, he hasn't said or done anything
respectfully, with all due respect, George Floyd's passing has made some changes, if not even in the NFL, across the board, worldwide, period. But Hope might need to pay his people.
It was the perfect storm.
Yo, the George Floyd, that was a bad. Like watching the video. Yeah, I felt my temperature rising. You didn't watch it?
No.
I mean, I can't say good decision, bad decision, but I watched it. And it's like,
for me, it's great decision.
I totally respect
I hate watching people die. Like I'm not watching a movie. I'm really watching somebody die. That shit is bad for my mental. I don't even like seeing that stuff. So like I've seen the video, but I've watched maybe the first 30, 40 seconds. I turn it off. I don't like to see it. That shit.
It was definitely hard to sit through.
Yeah.
It was hard. Hearing obviously, you know what I'm saying, we heard him say he can't breathe. I mean, he said they're trying to kill me, but when that man called out for his moms, yo.
Yeah, I ain't see that, bro.
Like that hit just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Immediately. Even while he was dead,
and I had no clue that his mom was deceased, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like just hearing a grown man helpless to a point to where mama, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, like this is for real.
Like, we're gonna stay on this topic, but think about this. Remember in the chat, it was a while ago, and I sit back and say, anytime something go wrong, the first person you call out to is mama.
For sure.
Remember I said that? I said that?
Yeah.
Me and Fob was going back on some different stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said, miss me with all that stuff. The first person you call out to is mama. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the first, that's, you know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
Yeah.
And like you said, and not knowing, I haven't seen the video, but I heard that part, Pugh. And then learning that his mom was already, passed away. That was even deeper. But I think and that's the thing about it too. We've seen a lot of black and brown people die by the hands of the police throughout the years. So it wasn't like this the first time we've seen it. You know what I mean? It dates back for me. The first viral video of my lifetime was Rodney King.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and they got off, right? So we've seen it before. I think what happened, man, was we was on quarantine. Everybody was at the house, and the frustration is just built. And before you knew it, people was hitting the streets.
I think that magnified it. I mean, I think for for those that actually watch the video and you start processing that this man is in cuffs,
on his stomach,
it's people on the sideline kind of speaking on his behalf, and this initially what we thought was one cop guy just would not move. It's like when I thought it was just one cop, like I was boiling. When I actually saw the other angle, and it's like two other people kneeling on his mid back and then his lower back, it's like, hell no, he can't breathe. That's 600 pounds.
And he can't move.
And he and it's like, this dude is handcuffed. Really? What are we? So yes, it seems super intentional. I knew exactly what I was doing. It's a bad situation because I hear the other two guys were kind of new to the force. Some of them had been on, hadn't even been out on, huh? Yeah, like 4 days.
4 days.
Like I don't really know how to feel in regards, because it's not fair, but I mean, favor ain't fair. Like, at what point do you use common sense and say, hey, guys, like, all right, let's stand them up. All right, let's sit
stand
them up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because I didn't know it was, I didn't know, like I said, I didn't watch it. So I didn't know it was almost 9 minutes. And if you think about it, if you just move a little bit, if the dude on his neck just stands up, at least you give you a chance to gasp for some air. You know what I'm saying?
Not really, because you got 400 pounds still on your mid back.
Yeah.
So you there is no inhale. They're
Yeah.
pushing everything out.
Yeah, I think
That's a good point.
I think Dave Chappelle said it really great. Y'all saw his special, right? Everybody had to see his special. You know?
I did not see Dave Chappelle.
Oh, yo, what we doing here, man? Yo.
Okay, tonight I'm gonna check it out.
Yo,
absolutely,
it's phenomenal. Like, it's phenomenal. Basically, what he said, them police stood there with their hands in their pants as if they had nothing to worry about, right? And then he came down, he talked about Darren, man, oh my man, oh, forgive me for forgetting his name too, but the brother that shot the police when last time all this stuff started going down, right? Mm-hmm. California. So, but what he said was, listen, why did all these police sit back and watch? He said, because they have a code. They're worried about if they say something, they'll get fired. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Or ousted by the boys.
Yeah, because that's what happened to the brother. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough, man. It's tough. It shouldn't even be a catch-22 like that. And when it happened, I got my boys, man. I put it right in front of them. I made them watch every minute of it. After they watched it, we talked about it. Mm-hmm. When they asked them what they felt, what they thought, and I didn't watch the video while they was watching it. I watched them. Mm-hmm. I faced them and watched the three of them. They was like this the whole time. They didn't look at each other. Mm-hmm. They all was locked in, like, and I could see their face expressions like, what the, you know what I'm saying? I saw it. So I wanted to see that, and I wanted to hear what they said now. And then we had a real man conversation after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I told them, I said, listen to me, man. Let me start with me. I said, know who I am and know who I want you to be and need to be. I said, if that was me right there and that happened to me, I said, I want y'all to feel sorry for your father. I said, but the next thing you do is you go find his family, you do the exact same thing. I say, that's what you do for dad. I said, because if something happens to y'all, that's what dad is going to do for y'all. Say, so it's not about any crime. I say, whatever happens to me after that, I'm fine. You know? So we kind of talked about revenge, an eye for an eye. And we had a hell of a conversation. You know what I'm saying? No, real talk. And it's like,
oh, we've had them same talks at my crib. The exact same, because I think, like you mentioned, eye for an eye, they just feel like they can just do whatever and there's no repercussion. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes retaliation and revenge. Because if that officer thought that the Lowe family in droves is gonna come to his doorstep, you would think twice about that. You know what I'm saying? You would at least think twice about it.
I agree, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think people we don't have these conversations enough, because these people need to understand that, like James Prince said that time, bad news will beat you home. If you do this, you know what I'm saying? If you do it in a situation like what happened to George Floyd, excuse me, bad news need to beat you home. And I say the same thing. I put on social media, I don't want to see no marching. I really don't. I don't want to see no marching. I want to see people at that man's home. I said that. A couple hours later, they showed people at that man's home. They showed all them police blocking off that man's home. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's what it should be. And it shouldn't stop there, to be honest with you, because, it's just, I put it like this. My thing is like this, and I'll say it real quick. I feel like the world it has to be balanced. There's balance in the world. You know what I mean? for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction or greater reaction sometimes. And to me, the world is balanced. And I'd be like, Black people's right here. And I think I've told my kids, I said, I think we as Black people are making the world out of balance because we are not acting and reacting like we should to make the world balanced, to make people respect who you are and leave you alone. Because all we want to do, just like everybody else, is make it home that night. All I want to do is get home.
That's it.
But we tolerate so much stuff and they keep pushing stuff on us. You know what I mean?
I got a question.
Speak.
It might be a little too personal. Don't answer. Don't feel like you're obligated to answer. If you were on that sidewalk, what happens next?
Whew, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Okay, and I
know real quick, because I always try to be choice with what I hope I would do, because you don't know what you really would do until you're in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people will say, I would have done this, I would have done that. Maybe you would have, maybe you would not have.
Right.
That's tough though, Pugh, because
like them people sat there recording for 9 minutes, like they were arguing for this man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, dang. Like I asked myself, like, if I was like truth be told, what can you do?
You know what I thought, man? Did you see the reverse angle when they showed it from across the street? When they showed it, I didn't see those people on the reverse angle.
They were there.
I maybe it's just me, but I'm just saying, like, and I said, like, I thought about the same questions you asked, right? And I thought it's like, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't, right? Because you don't, you sit up there and you watch this man die. And as a Black person doing it, like we're supposed to be under each other's care, right?
Yeah.
And if you do it and you save this man's life,
you die.
You going to jail too. And you're going to get charged with all kind of stuff. And both of y'all going to be in jail.
Or you might, or you might lose.
Or you could die. They could shoot you. And the thing about it, what made me think was, I was like, man, we don't have a Black governing body or somebody who we say, regardless of what happened, these people are going to come bail me out because I saved this man's life. These people are going to take care of me and my family because I saved this man. Or these people, this group is going to revenge me because I saved this man's life. You know what I'm saying? We don't have anybody like that. We don't have a collective governing body group that we know that the muscle. We don't have the Black muscle that's going to make sure that they come in and take care of us. So you damned if you do right now at this point in time, and you damned if you don't, man. And
that's tough, Pugh. That's tough.
No question.
I've seen videos of white folks, man, beating the police up.
Man.
Saw a video this week where the cop was running.
The cop was running.
No,
they reposted that. That was from a couple years ago.
Nothing. Nothing. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
We just, and so everybody marching, right? And I'm like, what we marching for? And I'm cool. What I'm saying now is this. Like, what do we want out of this? In order to fix it, you got to go back to the how it started. You know what I mean? Like the Second Amendment says, in the Second Amendment, it made everybody from the age of like 18 to 45, every white male, either 16 or 18 to the age of 45, be able to have a gun and have to enlist themselves in like the police patrol to capture slaves and everybody else, right? So after that stopped, that was the whole purpose of the police. After that stopped, it basically went into the National Guard. You know, and so it's like, how can we, everything that's going on right now, we got to go back to the root and address the problem, which got us here to where we at, and how everybody has benefited off of our labor, and all of these laws and rules are in place because they benefited off our labor. So let's fix that. It's the hierarchy, man. It's the hierarchy. And if you don't want to talk about that, how can we fix it? You know?
They don't want to talk about that.
You can, I mean, you can keep your statue if you want to. That's how I say it. You can keep your statue. He cool. That helps me remember my past, and it helps me tell my children about who that man was, and why we are right here. You take the statue down, I'm still waking up the same way every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I need some. We need tangibles.
And I think that's what going back to the league. I think that's what some of those guys are either asking for or will ask for some type of change. I've always been an advocate for, man, not playing sometimes the best solution.
Yeah, and I totally understand it. I think my biggest question is, I mean, the season has been stopped for months.
Yeah.
Obviously George Floyd was about a month ago.
Roughly.
Not to what I'm just saying, like, what was this energy at the beginning?
What energy?
I mean, not to discredit their efforts, you know what I'm saying? But I think it would have had a lot more juice, a lot more, I mean, just some legs up under it had this energy had been brought to the table from the beginning. Instead of all of these meetings taking place, trying to figure out how we were going to proceed with the season. Had they been on the initial wave of let's just shut it down, like this is how I feel and this is where I'm at and this is, where it's going to be, I think it would have gave other players time to process it and actually consider. Because some people can't afford to give up that check. Everybody ain't making $30 million. Didn't make $30 million last year. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, but now you want to forfeit the season because you paid? I'm not cool with that.
And see, and that's why I differ a little bit, man. I just think that's part of our Black community. Our problem is that we just don't really give a damn about sacrificing. You know what I'm saying?
And I get that.
Hold on. Because those sacrifices, you may not benefit today, but you'll benefit in the long run. And if you don't benefit, your kids will benefit, and then your kids' kids will benefit. It may not be a direct, benefit for Alex Pugh, but your daughter will, and her kids will. You know what I'm saying? I just think about like our the bus boycott. That was over 380. That was 381 total days. They didn't ride the bus. We can't do nothing for 381 hours together, collective. And that's a long time. That mean wherever you live at, Pugh, you got to get to work. You walk into work. That means you might have to leave the house at 5 a.m. to get to work at 8 o'clock. But you were steadfast on doing it for the betterment of the group. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, okay, you may miss out on your money, and you can't have a 50,000 square foot home. All right, you know what I'm saying? I think we just use that. Oh, one last thing. We just utilize and we just feel that and that's the reason why we be in these situations. Is it because it's always a financial thing? It's never nothing else. I guarantee you guys will play. Guys will commit to playing on the 24th for that very same reason. And then what'll happen, like I said, that ball gonna get tipped. Nobody's gonna care about how can I meet your demands? Okay, case in point. If you're a teacher and you told your principal, like, look, you the best teacher in the world. You got science down pat, right? And you tell your teacher, like, look, I'm not coming back to work unless y'all give me a raise. And they're like, well, Alex, Mr. Pugh, you have to come back, next week, and then we'll talk about it. Well, shit, when you come back next week without them, like, meeting your demands, you have no more leverage. You back at work.
I should have started that narrative the first week parents had to homeschool their kids.
You know what I'm saying?
Those teachers should have came together and because parents, they felt the pain trying to teach them, homeschool them kids. All them parents was like, oh, they be picking on my kid, they lying on my kid. My kid no, your kid in that same smart mouth, bad attitude, lazy, wanna sleep all day, passing notes, refuse to spit out the gum, pants sagging. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with all that. And I promise you, parents would have happily changed the teacher pay scale to avoid that ever happening again.
Hey, so what has got us here to this part of the NBA thing, dog? You know, we forgetting to talk about? Did y'all miss the Kendrick Perkins and what he did with the job? Oh, sorry, Pugh. Take it from here, Pugh. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Nah, man, I'm listening. But Kendrick's starting to. Kendrick be doing too much sometimes, man. Sometimes I just be wanting to tell Kendrick just stay out the way, man. But that dude got a microphone. He does a good job. You know what I'm saying? He keeps controversy. And I'm not all the way up to date on what all has transpired with Kendrick. I know he's going back and forth with KD, and he thinks the players should play. Cool. I mean, I guess you have an opinion, so you're doing your job, but sit this one out.
Man, he basically said that you can't listen to what Kyrie's saying, man. He said, you take Kyrie's brain and put it in a bird, the bird gonna fly
backwards. That's like character assassination.
Like you really
you
breaking code, man. You respect you're making it personal. You made it personal. So KD come in and call him a sellout. Like, yo, you making this stuff personal, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I missed it, but they say Stephen A. Smith was the one interviewing Kendrick Perkins. I said, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they was on First Take. I think that was Friday morning. And Kendrick Perkins he made a couple apologies for taking it, making it personal.
Yes, he should.
He also made mention that, him and KD, because they had problems like last year, you know what I mean? So he talked about the whole sellout thing. And then I think Stephen A. sometimes, and I like Stephen A. the majority of the time, but I think in this particular situation, like I said, if guys don't want to play for, and here's the thing, it's okay it's okay, think about this. It's okay if you don't want to play because of COVID-19. We understand. We get it. But if you don't want to play because there are a lot of unjust in our nation, then we have a problem with that.
Do you think they're gonna have to state why they choose to first off, before we can percentage?
Yeah.
How many players opt not to play?
I would probably say.
So if it's 30 teams.
22 teams in this bubble.
22 teams, you're right. 22
teams. Times 13?
Times 17, technically. 15 plus the two ways.
Okay.
That's 374 people. So each team can take 17 to Orlando. 15 plus the two ways. So that's 374. Percentage wise, how many do you really think are gonna opt not to play?
Because of COVID or because of
regardless, COVID, right? The injustice system.
Yeah.
Either, combined. Like, I don't think many games. I think many players are gonna miss. Man, I'm anxious to see come Wednesday who opts out.
Yeah.
Like Lou Will, I know you said you 50-50, don't know what you want to do. Okay, so now we're talking we're gonna play regardless. So your best
What
chance to win it.
What happens if that number is like 100 guys?
Depending on which guys, the season is over.
True. Good point. Good point. Good point.
Now, if LeBron say I'm shutting it down, season's over.
Man, but Willie.
Hell
But that's
no.
the thing, though. You can't. You gotta wait till the 24th.
Why won't he?
That's what I said. That's what I said about Hove. You can't say it unless when they come out with a statement.
Why won't he though? Why Pugh think he won't though? We can guess.
Speculation.
Because this is a healthy Lakers team gives them an honest chance to get another ring, one step closer to Jordan.
True.
Not saying that he truly gets there, but I mean, if you cancel the season, you wasted a good season.
Man.
And see, that mentality is not good for the greater of the group.
Speak on it, Mo. What are we talking about?
It is. It's not for the betterment of what we're looking for as a group, as a nation, as a community. It's not good for us because we all know the kind of power that Bron got. So if Bron made a statement and said, "I'm not playing," because again, like let's look aside from the social injustice that we all are prevalent, and I'm 41. I've known for as long as I can remember. You know what I mean? So that statement, that's not new for us. This COVID stuff is new. And how you have to navigate through this is going to be extremely difficult. 6 weeks with a ring on, you can't have no company, you can't be around your family. It's going to be just different. You know what I'm saying? So again,
your family can come into the bubble. They can't go to the arena.
Okay, I know that part.
But I mean, same time, like all these guys are playing in somebody's open gym right now.
I think they got a quarantine when they get down there for about some days.
They have to quarantine.
14 dadays or 7 days, something like that.
I'm not sure the time limit, but they do have to quarantine briefly.
And they got to get I think they got their temperatures checked like at least 2 or 3 times a day, something like that.
That's just a lot.
Like check this out. Like Kyrie has said, right? This was my thoughts on a few things. And I talked to a couple.
Hey, Pugh, Lowe got the notes. He's ready.
Nah, it's just right here. It's right here. It's right here. So I had talked to a couple pros the other day, right? And I just wanted to get their feedback on it, what they thought. They had
current pros?
Huh? Yes.
Current? Okay.
Yeah. They had varying opinions, right? And they said one of them thought about this. They say, man, I don't make money like Kyrie. Kyrie, first of all, he's been off this year. Kyrie can afford to miss the rest of this season. I don't make money like LeBron. And so they said, now remember, Kyrie had tweeted, said, like, look, now we all see that we're at tier levels. You know what I'm saying? Now we all see that we're all at different tier levels financially. They got us in tier levels, right? So I thought about it. I said, well, think about this. If Kyrie, LeBron, if they're at tier level 5, 1 through 5, you got tier level 5. And some dudes at tier, I talked to one dude that was probably about a tier level 1 and a 2. And they say, listen, one was like, listen, man, I got to take care of I got a family to take care of, man. I really do.
Damn Skippy.
Yeah, he said, man, I got these bills to pay, and man, it's tough. So my thoughts, I said, that's a good point. And then you know what they said? They said, we like Kyrie. This is what a couple of them said. The one who tier 2, but he been in the league for a couple of years. He just hadn't, you know what I'm saying? But they said, we like Kyrie, and I'm good with him. But man, I don't make money like that to be for the situation I'm in right now for my bills. So I said, you know what would have been cool if Kyrie would have said, listen, us tier 5 guys need to put aside whatever to make sure that these tier 1 guys and possibly tier 2 guys are cool. Now it shows I'm giving up my money for y'all's greater benefit for the collective whole, whether we play or not. You know what I'm saying? But to sit, you know what I'm saying? Now you're going to get those guys' attention, and they're going to say, I rocks with Kyrie. I'm with that. They looking out for us. So therefore, I feel it's my duty and obligation as the collective unit to, if they want to sit out, we got to sit out. But those tier 5 guys, man, it's like, come on, man. Half of them ain't even got to spin a check. So take that, man, and put it in something. You know what I'm saying? And them dudes was like, man, when we talked about that, they was like, yo. And one of them has been a vet for like, Jesus, double digits, right? He said, Lowe, if them dudes would do something like that, the players would really own what they do.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And that eliminates what they're looking for, which is money, right? So if that right there is the betterment of the group. And now you can just say, we ain't got to play this year. None of us is playing. Cancel the season. And we don't give a damn how mad the NBA owners and the commissioner is going to be. We done for the year. Conditions are bad. We good.
Yeah. Now what can they guys say? Don't get the endorsements either. They're not getting that same level of endorsement money.
Yeah, them tier 1, 2s, and 3s. You know what I'm saying? Like tier 3 and tier 4 probably be all right. But at tier 1, they need some help. Because even some people that have been in the league 3-4 years is still tier 1s. You know what I'm saying? And tier 2s, basically. But, I mean, he just got the bottom line is what they rock with Kyrie, and then they was like, yo, that would be dope if they did that. You know what I'm saying? And they was talking about the percentages that they going to lose if they don't play. You know what I'm saying? The percentage that they already lost because they can't even really get no endorsement deals anyway. They couldn't even get any local endorsement deals. You know what I mean? They couldn't get local endorsement deals in Texas, in Louisiana, in Florida. They couldn't. And where's the other one at? Tennessee.
These businesses can't pay for autograph signings. Like, shoot, a lot of these businesses went under.
Yeah.
Like, shoot, you got to trim the fat. Like, that excess, that extra, we don't need you come by the dealership. Matter of fact, nobody's coming by the dealership because you know what? We fired all of our salesmen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're doing online sales only.
Yeah,
so autograph signings and all of that, like,
dead. We don't need it. No,
money gone.
And I'm sure those tier 5 guys, whoever they are, they could afford to do that.
Are they willing to do it?
And that right there is the reason why we are in these situations. Because see, going back to Cap just a little bit, if guys would have took that stance with Cap, back then, like I said, don't come to me 4 years later and say, oh yeah, man, you was. And here's the thing too, it wasn't like when Cap was kneeling in 2016 that there wasn't a single police incident from 2016 to 2020. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, oh, there's one incident that happened after 4 years of there has been nothing. We understand. There's been countless in that 4-year span. So it's like, oh, you woke up and you finally understood 4 years later after there's been at least 10 since 2016. And you're like, oh, we get it now. So, that's a good point though, Pugh. Will they do it? I think they should, man. I would hope that Pugh, that's not Pugh, Lowe, whoever you was talking to, those players, think about it like this. Oh, this might be a better solution. Of those 22 teams, right? Of those 22 teams, you got to have at least, what y'all think? At least 3 or 4 tier 4 and 5 guys on at least each team?
Yeah.
At least 3 or 4 on each team.
Yeah.
So James Harden, just take care of the Rockets. Westbrook, you and James, y'all come together, just take care of the Rocket players who need it. The Lakers,
tier 1 and tier 2 players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, James Harden, Russell, y'all take care of the Rockets. Take care of your team, your teammates. Bron, you do the same for the Lakers. Damian Lillard, you know what I'm saying? CJ, do the same for the people. Melo, y'all, like that could be a easier fix if just the teams.
But the honest truth, at the end of the day is, we're still dealing with selfish motherfuckers, man. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Some people
there's
could
no
care
way that
less.
could be
Some people could care less, you know what I'm
about
saying,
any of
about
that.
winning, and they're getting paid, let alone helping my teammate get money. Now you want me to first you want me to pass the ball, you know what I'm saying, to kill my bonuses, you know what I'm saying, or maybe help your bonuses. Every player is different, but
Right.
now you telling me I gotta break bread with this dude that I don't even like. I didn't even want him on the team this year. You asking me to give him my money?
Yeah, man. And that's why we're gonna see a lot of guys probably end up, committing to playing on 24.
Oh, bro. They writing on their shoes right now.
What they writing? BLM?
Bobby, George Floyd, no justice, no peace. Like
BLM, all that.
yeah, bro. They writing on their shoes right now, dog.
Man,
Sign me up.
Man,
that's
that's
tough.
tough. That's tough.
But it's true.
I hope I don't sound like an asshole when folks listen to that, but you know what I'm saying? But like just keeping it a buck, like them dudes like they say they're ready to play, they missed the game. I bet they do if I was missing out on $1 million, they still mean, yeah, bro, they want to play.
What happened to Rizzle? We lost a connection for him. He went out for a minute. Be back in the hot second.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Now I'm with it. I think they're gonna play too. I think they're gonna play. Well, I know they're gonna play now, but it's like they Ducks wasn't in a row before they did it. Honestly, to be honest with you, I think if they Ducks should have been in a row after the Donald Sterling deal happened. They dropped the ball. You know what I'm saying? They dropped the ball on it, turning their shirts over backwards and what the fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. But they Ducks wasn't in the row then, and now same thing, man. Same thing. So now what you gonna do? The bottom line is what you said earlier. They're gonna still play because they gotta appease those owners, and the owners gonna make money. They're gonna still make their money, which is, if that's how it happens, it's how it's happened. But they ain't putting themselves in position. Does this help put them in position of power?
Does this help put them in a position of power?
Yeah.
Put who in a position of power?
Players. Does it help? Does it put the players in position of power?
Will moving forward, will there be more black owners, more black general managers, presidents of basketball operations? Will there be more black decision makers? Not contributors, but decision makers.
That only happens if they don't play.
So
as an opinion, that's my opinion.
So to answer your question, does this put them in a position of power? Not really.
It just enhances their obviously their paychecks, which is cool, and their
and it prolongs when we get to watch basketball again.
Their global recognition. They'll be in front of the camera more, so they'll be more noticeable and recognized as individuals. But it won't give them power.
I mean, after all of this, I mean, everyone's putting the money up to different services or nonprofits to support, Black Lives Matter and social injustice. All the money being put up. Yes, I want to say that there's going to be change. It's tough for me to pinpoint. Once again, we're talking about contributing and the power of veto. Moving forward, will African Americans be given the same opportunity, forget opportunities, given the same positions to create more opportunities. Because I mean, I don't want to just say more, giving more opportunities, because opportunities have been earned already, but for whatever reason that can be created, we still don't have those positions. So yeah, put in place. Forget anything else. An interview. We can interview all day long once again, but end of the day, we need those seats. Need those chairs.
Man, I would hope so also, but I just don't know how it's gonna happen like this. I mean,
so the next team that's sold will be sold to a black man, correct?
But how often are teams sold?
More often than we honestly.
It's a collective group. They sell it to groups.
It's a collective group. You're right.
Groups. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, teams are every 2 years a team is being bought or sold. Yeah, need ownership.
Mm-hmm.
In these big market cities as well. I mean, it's a lot to be changed, or at least something got to. I mean, I guess the conversation has started, so we're slowly moving forward.
Well, shoot. Mo here says his laptop shut off. He must not have plugged his put his power charge back on.
Yeah.
Huh?
And I said, yeah.
I told him, use your phone, man. Use your phone. What you thought about? Hey, where was you at last week when your phone didn't work?
My phone worked.
It worked the whole time. You know, around the country, a lot of people was without their phones.
Yeah, my people. I don't have T-Mobile. But I have AT&T.
Most everybody except AT&T.
Yeah, I have AT&T, and I didn't experience any difficulties. So, but I do know many people that was, hey, call my phone, man. My phone tripping, and I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. I can do that for you.
I didn't even know till I got around to buy a gym.
Yeah,
I've been calling you all day. Well, everything good? I'm like, huh? Because even while I was texting, my text went out. Now I didn't get no response, and some people didn't get my text.
Yeah,
it went out. It showed like it was going out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I didn't understand that. But going back onto that going back into the NBA part. Welcome back, Mo. Glad you can join us. Going back to that NBA part. They will pacify you to give you something if you don't demand more, right? So if they don't demand, it's a perfect opportunity for them to demand more, whatever, outside of finance. Even take the financial part away. Remove the glass ceiling. Remove all this fake analytics stuff that brings in Harvard grads and Yale grads with these fake numbers. Remove all that stuff and put real coaches back in place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could do that. Mm-hmm. Like, but if they don't do it now, and if you don't do it now, you're definitely not gonna get any owners. They might give you one. You know what I mean? They might give you one. But other than that, not happening. Not happening. If they play, not happening. You're only gonna get a little bit. You're gonna get some symbolic victories, some small symbolisms.
That's it. And I missed on whatever y'all was saying, but yeah, that's it. That's all you're gonna get. Once that ball is tipped, Pugh, man, I don't care if they could put every microphone they want in front of all the players. I don't care if you're a tier 1 through tier 5, they could do it. That'd just be for show, man. They'll just rerun that commentary on ESPN, TNT a million times. That's all you're gonna get from it. Ain't gonna be nothing will truly happen unless dudes say, you know what, we cool, we ain't gonna play. We done. We're gonna shut the season down.
So
until this happens.
Once again, the question is, what are the expectations? Like, not playing, are you directing it at the league? Are you directing it at the government? Like, what are you trying to get out of not playing?
So, hey, man, the owners are where they are primarily because of capitalism, through which the sweat of other people put them to where they at. Now it's time to give back. The only people that need to be given back to, it ain't everybody. It ain't all people. It ain't people that have been here just for 10 years. It's original people who were descendants of slaves or people who were on this place. I mean, was in the country. I don't want to use, because everybody using these different acronyms, but people who were, descendants of slaves here, foundational blacks or whatever, what I'm saying? There's something, got to give it back. Got to do something to help people. You know what I'm saying? Now the time to give people the straps to pull up their boots when they say pull yourself up by your own bootstraps.
Yeah. I think what they should be voicing for is, and I think Lowe was mentioning, more head coaches, more people of color in, powerful positions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's what I
and not just players, you know what I'm saying?
And we're not just talking basketball related. We're talking about these, obviously business in general.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not as in tune with the NBA, and I don't know what they do on a yearly, basis within their own communities. And I know we see things like NBA Cares. I don't know what they do. I see a little PSA about it almost every year. I'm not sure what they're actually doing. You know what I'm saying? So, I would say, like Lowe mentioned earlier, Pugh, you said the same things. Tangible. Like, what are y'all going to tangibly do? I don't care about the shirt you're going to wear pregame. I don't care if you allow us to play the music we want to play in the studio. I don't care about none of that. Like, the real stuff. What are y'all gonna really, really do to change the narrative?
I asked you while you was off for a second more. I said, did they lose? They had a perfect chance with Donald Sterling. They've lost leverage. If they would have did something, stood together during that, right now would be, perfect time to do some different things. But they lost leverage. They wore their shirts backwards. They wore them inside out, upside down, threw them. All stood together, pulled their sweatpants off at the same time.
I'm doing the emoji.
Threw them at half court like the Globetrotters and wouldn't play. You know what I'm saying? So, okay,
that was such a missed opportunity, man. That was such a missed opportunity. That was such a missed opportunity,
Mm-hmm. You know what they're gonna do though, right?
What's that?
I'm listening.
You gotta give to get.
Okay.
So they gonna legalize weed and say shut up and dribble.
They gonna be happy with that?
The players probably should be.
Some of them. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking.
You gotta give to get.
Hey man.
You gotta give to get. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. Players better not sell out for some weed. That shit gonna get legalized. Stop getting drug tested pretty soon anyway, man. Just keep fighting the good fight.
Keep fighting the good fight, man.
Seen them do it for worse. We seen them do it for worse.
Yeah.
For less.
Gotta keep fighting the good fight, man. So we'll see. I'm interested to see, man, 24th, what happens, who actually opts in to play, who don't, the backlash that those who don't will receive. If there's a tiered system that you mentioned where, guys, willingly give up their salary to the lower level guys. If that takes place, probably one, but we'll see.
Oh, there's going to be some talks behind that. If they do it, they be like, hey, man, we going to make sure that this money goes strictly to your rent. You ain't getting this money, man, so you can go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I ain't contributing to that. I mean, it's a whole lot into it, you know what I mean? Because you got to make sure it goes where it's supposed to go to. But, hey, It's ways to do it, man. It's ways to do it. I think that they can figure it out, but
You figure it out, man.
at some point in
Worth
time,
it. It's worth figuring it out.
Angela Davis had a great interview the other day, and she said, "Bruh, now's the time to get what you want. If you don't get what you want between a lot of this right now, you just ain't. You know what I'm saying? You ain't ready. You ain't ready. And you know what I say about they say all the time about black folks? They can't say no to
money.
That's how they get us. Hey, just owns a little behind. We'll get him. He'll sell him out. He'll do this. He'll do that. Just get him. We want to.
And they know that.
Oh yeah, no question.
They know that. They know that. And look, just throw them a couple extra dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They'll take it. And then you know they started. Stephen A. was on the CBA agreement and how that's going to change, and they're going to lose out on the TV money. And so and it just will it will psych you out like, oh, we got to do it now because the money going to be messed up.
The money already messed up. Losing China tricked off the bag.
Tricked off.
No disrespect, but that guy still has his job.
That's your guy, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's your guy.
Stop it.
That's your guy.
Get him up out of here.
Get him up out of here.
That's your guy.
Get him up out of here, guys.
Hey. Yeah, no, they money go, but see, that's the thing, man.
When everybody come back, who wins the championship?
For this summer?
Yeah.
I know, right?
No. For this
it's the summer.
It'll be over with in what?
2021? You talking
August?
about 2021? For next year?
Yeah.
Or
No,
this year.
Lakers.
Dang.
Lakers.
No, you can't just give a one-word answer. Like, you got to justify and give reasoning.
Lakers or Clippers. I'm still rolling with
ain't no or.
Lakers. I'm going Lakers. Guy, first of all, like you said earlier, everybody's body has had time to heal, man.
They feeling great.
Yeah, people are feeling great. Their body should be healed. I think it's gonna be a great series. Man, I might be wrong. It might be Clippers, but I'll say roll with Lakers since I said it the first time. Yep. They'll roll with LeBron since he decided to play.
You rolling? Who you got, Elrod?
I'm gonna go with the Clippers. Here
comes the dark horse, Pugh.
I don't even know, like, because for one reason, you know, Kawhi with the Lowe management, he ready. He ready. He ain't played in 3 months. He's super ready. And wasn't Paul George hurt right before this happened? So he's, you know, like you said, guys are healthy. Any little nagging injury that you might have had, it's probably healed. I'm gonna go with the Clippers.
Man,
Who you got, Alex?
Here come the dark horse.
Nah, it ain't no dark horse. I'm going with the best player playing the game today, Kawhi Leonard. I mean, like, I believe from the bottom of my heart, I believe don't nobody want to see Kawhi. Don't nobody want Kawhi lined up in front of him, LeBron included. Ain't nobody trying to check Kawhi. No matter how light they say his bag is, I know he gets it done. And even if, you know what I'm saying, even if it's not all on Kawhi, like you said, you got Paul George, you got I think Kawhi is the best player, but honestly, like, Lou Will don't get the respect he deserves. Like, I believe you put 5 on the floor to close the game, the Clippers got the best closing 5, point blank, period. From shot making to creating, ball handling, to defense, to snatching it off the glass, rebounding. Anthony Davis, good luck. Go punk Montrez. Let me see you go punk Montrez. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? LeBron, you counting on Avery Bradley and Danny Green.
Oh, damn.
I don't even want to really rock with Pat Bev, but shoot, against them dudes, Pat Bev good enough. Like Pat Bev, Lou Will, Paul George, Kawhi, and Montrez to close? Strap up.
Yeah, I'm going
Pat
with
Bev a dude, man. Pat Bev a dude.
I mean, he's found his niche, and he's a star in his role, to say the least.
Have they figured out, Pugh? Have they figured out the actual format? So it's 22 teams. They'll play 8 games, right?
Yes.
8 games, and then go right into playoffs.
Yes.
Is it still 7-game series in each round?
That's what I'm assuming they still gonna rock with the 7-game series. Like I said, I'm reading through.
Yeah, I think the 8 games.
That's just to knock the rust off. And 2, we still got teams trying to make the playoffs. Somebody gonna get bumped out.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna get bumped out. I mean, possibly. I mean, it's 22 teams going, so 16 making it, 8 from the East, 8 from the West. Do the Warriors, not the Warriors, but do the Pelicans get in? Obviously the Spurs aren't playing LaMarcus, so they're not.
Saw that.
You know what I'm saying? Some teams that don't stand a chance. You know what I'm saying? But so like Washington, they're on the outside thinking that they have a legitimate chance of getting in. Like, it's gonna be interesting to see who makes it. Cause end of the day, nobody had the Grizzlies in the top 8.
Not the beginning of the year, for sure.
Nobody. Anybody said they like the Grizzlies, they flat out lied to the T. You know what I'm saying? So somebody do the Grizzlies finish off their stellar season and get that ace slot. Do the Pelicans make a push? Do Portland make a push? It's them 8 games are gonna be crucial.
And that's where I think we may have injuries.
Ain't played in so long.
Injuries are coming.
I hope not.
Injuries are coming.
When will the next season start?
They said December,
right? Yeah, December.
Will it continue to start from here on out in December?
No.
Why not? It doesn't conflict with football.
Because if it does, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, so this one's about me. They're not making this change.
Break it down.
Yeah. I don't want to have to do summer league. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still work. So throwing off the schedule as it currently stands, like, I'm cool with Vegas summer league in Vegas in July. I don't want Vegas in August or September. That changes the calendar for everybody. And once again, the NBA loses revenue because during the summertime, it's a hot spot. Everyone is flocking to watch cheap NBA games for the low.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a real personal environment. If you switch that to August or September, now you cut out the fan experience.
That's a good point.
So I think we play with a shortened season next year. Don't know what the game count is, 62 games maybe. Whatever games is missed, I don't know. But I think they shorten the season to get back on track to finish in the spring and conduct everything how it's been in the past. Now, if they choose to shorten the season moving forward, then that can be revisited. But as far as changing the schedule, and no, sir. Not happening.
Personal for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that makes sense though. That makes sense. But even the December start for next year, or next season, even December gonna be weird. It's gonna be strange, man. I don't know. I'm with you. I prefer keep everything as it is. We should be having the draft like next week, essentially, right? So
this coming up week, the draft should be coming up this week.
So I prefer. My entire life has been.
Now the draft is October 16th.
That sounds weird. That sounds strange.
The NBA starts around the 15th of October. The draft will be taking place October 16th.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't like that at all.
Man,
school for college players starts in August. These guys don't even know if they're going to be returning to school. Like, they don't have to make a decision to return to school until August. Like, to pull out from the draft and like it's too much going on, man.
Yeah. Wow.
It's too much going on. And I mean, shoot, they talking about COVID rising. It ain't even June. You know what I'm saying? It's June. I thought COVID couldn't survive during warm weather. We talking about starting the NBA season in October, bro. That's the start of Christmas
season. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
second wave.
Second wave coming. That's when they're gonna
when
do
that
it.
wave hit.
You're scared. It's gonna be cold.
Yeah, like it's like all of this is crazy, man. But it's safe to say that there won't be any fans to close this season, and there won't be any fans next year. And that we're talking about only the NBA. Imagine what takes place at the collegiate level. Do sports take place? When are you just playing conference? Are you playing the preseason? Like, once again, are they operating without fans? I think everything's gonna kind of trickle off of what takes place with the NBA. But who knows, man?
Who knows? That's a good title. Who knows? Like,
Who knows?
Everything is up in the air, man. So might as well go ahead and shut this one on down, huh?
Man, look.
Past low bedtime. He wiping his eyes.
Man, nah, man. This was good, man. This was good. Some good conversation. Great dialogue, man. Again, as always, man. So what's next? When we doing it again, man? What episode is this? 129?
This is 119.
119.
119. So yeah. Once a week, man. Come back.
Man, we can whenever y'all available, we could pre-record. We could drop it once a week, however y'all want to do it. It matters none to me. I could create the availability.
Yeah.
Right, so I can create the availability. You know what I'm saying?
It is. You know what I'm saying? So
there it is.
Drop it whenever. We can shoot another one. I personally want to wait until after the 24th. I want to see them names hit first before we talk again. I want to see who actually is not going to show up to Orlando.
Ain't nobody gonna not show up that's supposed to be playing. That's what Pugh say.
Yeah, we gonna see. I want to see them names. I want to see if Avery Bradley and Dwight, if there's more. Lowe, does the Lakers win without Dwight?
No.
It's gonna be good.
JaVale and Dwight. You forgot JaVale, Pugh. You forgot Dwight, baby.
Dwight said he ain't playing.
Who said that?
Dwight.
You said it at first, man, but come on, man.
He changed his mind?
LeBron gonna tell him to play, man. Stop playing.
Oh.
LeBron want to get his ring. Pugh said this is as close as he gonna be able to get getting his ring. So LeBron worried about his ring.
Oh, don't think he wants to let it slip away. It's on his mind.
One question before we go.
Okay.
Do you put an asterisk next to this championship?
I do.
There it is.
Unless Kawhi get it.
We out. There it is. Holla. All right, fellas.
Yeah.